All right, for my next grouping, I'm going to do 9 through 12 here. They're kind of related. So 9 and 10 are basically the complete reverse of 11 and 12. 9 and 10, we're building something with multiplication. 11 and 12, we're breaking it back down. So you're actually going to see here is that 9 and 10's answer is going to look like these questions, and then these answers are going to look like those questions. Okay, so notice again, there's something on the outside in brackets, and you'll see. I mean, if you can't see that connection, then I don't know what else to do to help you see that. So 9 and 10 I've already set up. So you could sprinkle in the multiplications, or you can set up a 1x2 poly box. If you're taking one thing times two things and then one thing times three things, these things will lay it all out for you. All right, here we go. So take it one multiplication at a time. Remember, big kids multiply, little kids add. 6 times 4 is a 24. X2 is going to make an x to the 4. 6 times 3 is 18. X squared comes along for the ride. Boom, there's your answer. 24x to the 4 plus an 18x squared, excuse me. 24x to the 4 plus an 18x squared. Here we go. Number 10, already got it written down. Taking one thing times three things. Here we go, one multiplication at a time. I'm going to change it up. I'm going to do the variables first. I'm going to have a c to the 5. I'm going to have a c to the 4. Don't forget there's a 1 there. And then I'm going to have a c to the 3. There's no c, so it stays the same. Okay, now multiply the big kids. Let's see, we're going to have a negative 24, negative 16, positive 72. There you go. There's all your pieces. Big kids multiply, little kids add. All right, let me write it out here. We're going to have a negative 24 c to the 5. Excuse me. We're going to have a minus 16 c to the 4. And then we're going to have a plus 72 c to the cube. All right. So 11 and 12, factoring. What is factoring? Factoring is the complete opposite of simplifying. Factoring means you need to take the greatest common factor and divide it back out. So we got to take as much out as we can to simplify it, to rewrite it, to change it back into one of these things. So somebody already multiplied stuff. We got to figure out what they could have possibly done. So what do? Well, the greatest common factor goes out in front. So you got to ask yourself, well, what can I take out of a 16, an 8, and a 20? I can take out at least a 4. And then a b4, b squared, a b, I can take out at least a b. Remember, the greatest common factor is the number you can divide by that won't make a mess. Okay, so I'm kind of setting myself up for success here. Now what do I do with that 4b? Divide everything by 4b. Divide u by 4b, divide u by 4b, and divide u by 4b. Again, very aggressive. We're completely reversing. Here we multiplied everything, here we're dividing. Okay, so divide. 16 divided by 4 is 4. B to the 4 divided by B to the 1. What is that going on there? You got 4 B's on top and 1 on the bottom. What's going to happen? 1's going to cancel. You're going to have 3 left over. Okay, so you can also think if the big kids are dividing, the little kids are subtracting. 8 divided by 4 is 2. B squared over a B is a single B. B's cancel. 20 divided by 4 is a 5. Okay, so where does this go? This goes inside that bracket that I had written for you. So remember, the greatest common factor always goes out in front, and then the division, the remainders of your division always go inside the brackets. You got to tell people what you did. Okay, so again, notice, it's the complete opposite. Okay, stuff outside with brackets, stuff outside with brackets. Multiplication, a multiplication. All right, we're just undoing things that were done. Number 12, speaking of number 11, number 12 is actually really easy. 77, 22, 33, 88. If you are good with numbers, you should know that any double number can be divided by 11. Okay, 11 is the greatest common factor. Oh, I didn't leave room for a variable. That's because I can't. 88 don't got a variable, so I can't divide by a variable. So the variables basically stay themselves. 77 divided by 11 is 7. X cubed stays x cubed. 2 x squared minus 3x minus 8. Ooh, that barely fit in there. Okay, nice. So again, the greatest common factor is the most you can take out without making a mess. And then factoring is the complete reverse of multiplying. Okay, we're almost done.